I'll say Auburn versus Alabama's kick six. I think that was like, I'm not a huge fan of Alabama. I like underdog wins, and so when I seen that, I was just like, that's probably one of the greatest plays in football history.
I'd say a great memory would probably be back in 2002 when I was in 8th grade when the Buckeyes beat the Hurricanes. Miami was an amazing team, and Ohio State was a big underdog, and them being able to beat them in double overtime, and Maurice Claret's strip fumble, that was pretty cool.
2 years ago when Kyron Brown picked off for a game-winning INT, pick six against Bowling Green. That was a moment I'll never forget, man.
One would be for my playing career at the Case Western Reserve University. We're playing Widener, and we're in a 2-minute situation. Jeff Mayer was an incredible wide receiver who was a local guy, who was a transfer actually from Baldwin Wallace, who went up and made a catch that still to this day, I don't know if it was a touchdown or not, but he extended the ball. The official threw his hands up with 2 seconds left in the game, and we score and be able to be the first team in Case Western Reserve University history to win a playoff game. So that was really special to be part of that.
I mean, growing up, I always watched, Ray Lewis highlights, Patrick Willis, all those middle linebacker guys making big plays. I always said before I watch big hit videos and all that, and it always just hypes me up before games and gets me in that mindset.
The most exciting player I've ever seen is Reggie Bush. Like him in high school, like when we were watching college football, like he would just do things with the football that nobody's like ever seen done in a long time. So definitely Reggie Bush and his versatility and how he just took over games.
Being an offensive lineman from Northeast Ohio, Gene Murskowski, who nobody knows who that is, actually played in the NFL for a couple of years, was a center at Purdue in the Joe Tiller era, blocked for Drew Brees. He actually played guard then. Chuck Jacoby was actually the center of that team, but really an outstanding opportunity. He played at Benedictine High School where I played at, and I grew up, I wanted to be number 79, and I wanted to play at Purdue.
As much as I disliked him, I think Tim Tebow's character, his character and like the way he handled himself and the way he got everybody to play, with him was somebody that I could emulate myself after. But probably like my playmaking ability, I'd probably say like Jameis. Jameis was, my guy back then, so I got to roll with Jameis.
I think the player that I wanted to be the most like, because I was a defensive player, was Sean Taylor. I mean, he just played the game the right way. I mean, the way he played the game would have been outlawed today in today's football.
Sean Taylor, he's the biggest, he's the best. He implies his will on people on the field, man. He had offensive coordinators more afraid of him scoring touchdowns from a defensive standpoint, so that was my favorite player growing up. Being
a part of the 150th years, I probably don't realize the magnitude of it now, but I feel like I will later on in time. But yeah, it feels great to be a part of it.
I think this is a very special sport, and I think that this is there's a lot of special people that are involved, and how it's kind of just one big community. It's a special fraternity, and I'm glad to be a part of it.
It's something special. Not everybody gets the opportunity to come out here every day and go to school, get their education, and come out here and do what we love every day. It's a blessing, and I'm very thankful for this.
The opportunity that we get each day to be a part of these guys' lives and to be able to coach the game and to be able to, teach these guys this game, and the gratification and just the feeling that you get when you're able to see a player that you coach do well or take the coaching and go perform at his best, and just to see kind of how it makes him feel and to see how it fits into our team's success is just the best feeling in the world.